Hey guys, welcome back. Slade, grade level collectibles. Today we're in a new location, as you can tell. We are in my basement. This is my storage area, as you can tell by the many 40-gallon boxes back here. This is where I keep all my sealed product, all my cards that I have to ship out. I actually have another section over here to your right that has all my graded slabs that I majority sell. I don't sell much sealed just because most people most people just buy slab cards, and sometimes it's a lot easier just to ship that stuff instead of the sealed stuff and just the whole headache with that. But regardless, I wanted to talk to you about how I ship my slabs. I got 2 orders this morning. I was like, oh, might as well. I've been wanting to do this video for a good bit of time. But the question always comes up like, hey, Slade, how do you ship your expensive cards, cards above $100, $200, and for them to safely arrive to where they need to be and not damaged, stepped on, cracked, whatever, because everyone knows eBay, recharges and eBay returns, everything is just a huge headache. Obviously, eBay more than likely always sides with the buyer, and you never want to be in that circumstance. So, how I 100% from I think I've shipped over. I know I've graded over 2,000, I think it's about 3,000 slabs now, and I've shipped maybe upwards of, I think about 1,000 plus packages of sealed product, but majority slabs. How do I guarantee that this will arrive to the customer that bought it from me safe and securely? And that's what I'll be talking about today. All right, guys, so in front of me, we have 3 different packages. We have the smaller bubble mailer package that is majority, 85% of I ship everything in this. We have the foldable box that is for more expensive cards. And finally, we have the oversized bubble mailer that this is for other items that may not fit in the smaller one, nor the box. I try to avoid big, bulky boxes for just a little slab that won't need all that protection. Some people I know go with, if it's a really expensive card, go with the flat rate USPS. I know that's a great option if you especially are dealing with cards that are above, let's say, $500. But a lot of my cards, dwindle on the, this one was priced at $200. I sold it at $170. Most of my cards are around the $100-$120 range. I have a lot of art rares and everything that are lower $20 to $30 range, but then I have some high-end vintage cards that are right at or a little bit above $200. And for all my international packages, I automatically opt, even if it's a $40 card, I opt for the bigger box, mainly because the label that needs to be put on it, it will not fit on this guy very easily, and I have to go with the bigger box. So before shipping off any of my products, I make sure I glance them over, make sure the cert numbers match. It's a huge thing, especially if you're doing eBay, eBay guarantee authenticity. They automatically obviously check the certs. If the certs do not match, they will reject it automatically. So make sure to glance it over. I had a sticker on this, a price sticker for a convention. Obviously remove that. They got a pretty good deal on this Ninetales Hollow from Aquapolis. This was at $199. I sent off offers of, I think it was 20% off for all my listings, majority of my listings, and they got it for a good deal. No, it was 10% off, and they bought it for $180. So I got it for $180. There's Dark Ampharos First Edition, or Ampharos First Edition Neo Destiny. I had it listed at, I think it was $300, and someone offered me $250. I countered with $260. And there you go, they bought it. That's a really great looking card. The hollow and everything is just absolutely beautiful. So those are the 2 cards that we are shipping off today. Normally I get about 6 packages, maybe even more, 10 packages a week shipping off. Some of them are majority lower end, like art rares and everything. Those are always the constant sellers, like the Drowsy art rare for Komiya. But this is especially this past month, I would say vintage has been on the come up. I've just more demand getting into vintage, probably because it's a really good time to buy vintage because it's like lower price and all that kind of stuff. I bought these as singles in a collection, so I already had that priced in. I made my profit. I'm selling them now. Now a lot of things. Now some people just take the card, put it in the, wrap it in bubble packaging wrapper or whatever, and then put it in the bubble mailer, put the label on it, and ship it off. But for every single one of my packages, I go one step further, and I actually this is time consuming, but it helps me keep down on the cardboard boxes everywhere. I pretty much cut them up. I don't do manual scissors. That's a little much even for me. I use for all the cards and everything. Every slab I sell, even if it's a $20 art rare, I put it front and back, sandwich it, and put blue tape, painter's tape around it to protect it. And this does two things. It adds a little bit more sturdiness to the card, as well as if there's steps on it or it hits the edge, it'll hit the cardboard edge and not the edge of the actual plastic. And how I cut these out is I take any type of cardboard box that I wasn't using or I don't need anymore, and I take one of these guys. These guys are amazing. I forgot what they are called, but this is swing line. I don't know, it's a cutter, but it's like a guillotine cutter, and it's really nice. I just take cardboard. I have a dummy slab that I use to have the good dimensions, and it's usually a cardboard piece like this, and then I measure it out. I measure, okay, how much length do I need? And then I cut it right there, and they form into these little cardboard slabs that I use. So anyway, first step, I take the card. I take the card. I know what the card is. Okay, good. I check the cert number, everything. I then put it in between two pieces of cardboard, so they're nicely meshed, like this. I make sure it fits. Okay, great. That's awesome. I then, another step of my store, actually, on top of giving my business card inside of the package, I also stamp it with a good old grade level collectible stamp. If you ever bought anything from me, there's this, I physically stamp every single one of these. So I go match it up to the cardboard slab, push it down, and this is without the card inside of it, and I stamp it right there. Grade level collectible, stamp it right there, just as a little bit. I touched this. This is I packed it up, like personalization type of thing. So then it is like that. Make sure, okay, dark Ampharos is there, great. I then take my blue tape, I tape it around, and then there you have it. Good old packaged up really nicely, securely. And I put that aside. I then take, not to mix everything up, I then take one of my labels. Obviously, I don't have a label here because I don't want to show the address or anything. I put the label before I put it inside. I found this is the best method, so I'm going to take the label, put it down here. There you go. Good old tape. I know eventually I want to utilize the printing off method, where it is a sticker that you can, I forgot, it's a heat transfer tape, whatever, for the label, but I just don't see it worth it right now because I don't have a huge ton of volume for people who are just doing art rares or just doing whatever, and it's really low margin and they're just churning out as many items as possible. That's not my game. I don't have all the time in the world. So there you go. I have it label in the front here. I then have my Ampharos. I put my graded level collectibles, little business card there. You gotta have the promotion. Pack it up right there. Put it inside. Do the tape, the adhesive. Put it down, and I always do one more piece of tape on the outside to ensure that it won't get loose. Because what I found in the past, was that, you know, when I ship these packages, sometimes if it was like jam-packed there pretty good, sometimes if it heats up in the, especially the blue boxes that you drop or even the USPS trucks, the adhesive kind of melts. It's crazy. It melts and sometimes it comes open. So I do not want that at all. I put an extra piece of tape on the outside, so there's no way that the that the package is going to come undone at all until it hits the customer. So that is one way I package slabs up. Again, another way is I use these guys. These guys are significantly bigger. These are not for slabs. These are for a few other things. So I have little Smeeskies zipper, as well as a little bath ball Smeesky. These guys come from Japan as well. I've just found a little niche that I've really liked to get into these little vinyl figures. This is actually a bath ball, pretty cool. But anyway, I packed these kind of similar way, but no cardboard. This is enough bubble mailer protector that it won't do anything, and then put my business card in there, tape it all up, make sure it doesn't come undone. Same deal. These are a little bit different. These guys, these play mats, these are from Hawaii, hence I didn't even get to show off. I'm wearing my Hawaii merch. You know, this is a wonderful shirt that I got from Hawaii. Very thankful that I was able to get it and not had to pay, you know, $200 for it. But I still have some Hawaii merch that I still have left. And so this is obviously a problem. And I don't want to ship it in a box because it'll weigh more, whatever. So what I actually do, I actually take 2 bubble mailers. And this is a little overkill because it's only peeping out that much. But what you can do, you have it opposites like this. And you can kind of glue them to themselves. So it kind of looks like this. You know, like I said, a little bit overkill. You can also fold up one side, you know, tape it. Is it this side? Yeah, fold up one side like that, tape it, whatever. Make sure it's just protected. This is obviously a playmat and it's not going to get super damaged at all, but I tape it up like this, put the label on it, and then tape it around, and that's you know, I could have a better way of doing that, but right now that's just what I'm doing with what I'm going on with, because I don't sell a ton of these. I don't have much in stock, and so I don't really want to go out and buy a specific thing for those. Sometimes they do ship them in boxes if they buy more than one, but that's generally what I use for that, as well as little plushies. Little plushies are a little bit different. I don't even think they even fit in here, no. I would, if I'm selling, I barely have any plushies, the Van Gogh plushie. I barely have any of these guys, so what I would use is like an actual box for that. And then lastly, like I said, the international box and everything, I would, so I have them all like flat like this, and I'll make it real quick. Actually, before that, I like stamping the top of the box, just to have a little bit of customization right there. Boom. And all these stamps, obviously, you know, if a porch pirate or whatever comes up, I never stamp the outside of the box for obvious reasons. And that's because it's like, oh, there's collectibles in there. Oh, I definitely want that stuff. So there you go. That's the box. There you go. Nice little box, and this fits perfectly. Again, I would do the cardboard cutout, sandwich it, and then do the same thing, but also I would add a little bit of bubble wrap with it, and then it just perfectly kind of fits in there. Obviously, again, this would have cardboard front and the back of it and everything, but it fits just perfectly right in there, snug. I make sure it's snug, not like pressing down, but it's snug in the box, so there's no like banging around, and then that's what I ship it in for international packages and for items that are above like $300 or something. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to lose this package, don't want to lose this profit, because you know it's something that if it gets lost in the mail, you're out of the item as well as you're out of the sale. So really, you do not want to lose those packages because of, you know, you stapled the outside, or you know the item inside gets messed up or whatever. Because again, if it gets damaged or whatever, they're going to like, hey, it's damaged, and send it back to you. Again, you're not only out of the sale, but also you have a damaged card. So it's not going to be completely worthless, but you're going to lose a significant amount of your, profit that you had in that item. So again, a few other things good to have on hand. These playmats, they are awesome to have on hand. I have this one from Squeaks. I have it just as a little mat to, just to protect the table right here. If I have stuff right here hitting the table, pretty self-explanatory. And then I have a scale. You always want to have a scale. I know down to the science of, how much my packages weigh. I know this guy, a little Smeesky inside of a bubble mailer, it's going to be 6 ounces. I know this package right here with the card inside of it with cardboard, it's going to be exactly 4 ounces. I can tell you right there, no more than 4 ounces. I can put it right here on the scale, and it is 2.33 ounces. So no more than 4 ounces, and that's pretty much, there's different subsections of weights that any package below 4 ounces is going to be the same price, up to 4 ounces. And then it jumps from 4 ounces to 6 ounces, it's another different price range. And then from 6 ounces to 12 ounces, another price range. And then then below a pound, all that kind of stuff. I've been doing it for so long, I know the exact ones I want to be, parameters I want to be in. But that is pretty much my whole process. Like I said, take the card, put it in between cardboard, tape it up with blue tape, and so forth. Also, this just came to my mind, raw cards. I know a lot of people don't dabble. They don't dabble with slabs. They only dabble in singles. So I'll give you an example right here behind me. So we got a beautiful, and this is actually, that's funny, it's actually circled because I know where some potential damage or whatever. Eventually I'll probably sell this as or grade it and then sell it as like a 6 or 7, but right now I'm just keeping it. But anyway, so some other cards like raws, what I usually do, all my raws that are above, let's say $10, I always have them in little hard plastics, top loaders. So what I do essentially with those, if I sell them on my other single store, I put the blue piece of tape right up here. First, I make sure it's in a penny sleeve, obviously, hopefully. Some people do that. And then put the blue tape on the top. And I actually, if it's below $20, I actually go over here and I put it actually in an envelope. I take a piece of paper, I put the piece of paper on top of the, or I put the card on top of the paper, I fold it up into the dimensions as this, paste the shipping label, the envelope shipping label, which is usually like 80 cents, whatever, and then I just ship it that way, and I've had no problems whatsoever. Again, those are cards underneath $20. But for cards that are significantly more like these, I would just put them in either, if they're really, really expensive, put it in a box, but follow the same pattern where I would put them in between cardboard, like this, tape it up, put it in a bubble mailer, and there you go. Obviously, since these are a little bit more flimsier than slabs, it's going to be a lot harder to, bend a slab than it is bending a card. So sometimes, if it is, again, like a $200 card or even a little bit less, put them in a box. Honestly, that's probably the best way of doing that. But hopefully this was helpful to you guys. I know I've been doing this for a good hot minute. I know some people are wanting to get more into it. Yeah, if you guys request more information about this, I don't know how much more I can go in depth about this, but I can, show off my whole backlog of stuff. I mean, just go on my eBay store, you'll know what I have. But anyway, thanks so much for you guys for watching, and catch you guys in the next one. See you guys later.